Hey there, thanks very much for ordering a funky junk through my page as linked below. So for those of you who are watching and you're interested in getting a funky junk, do follow the link below and you can see my gallery. It's full of stuff. I don't do relics all that often, especially not hard relics. I usually do kind of like soft relics or medium relics. It just depends on the state of the body. But in this case, my customer, thank you very much for the order, by the way, wanted more of a hard relic, akin to what you might see on some of the Fender custom shop Master Series relics. So I used a reference photo and sort of used that as inspiration to make this relic. So it's not as complex. It's not a multi-layer relic. Like there's no multiple colors or layers of paint, because that takes a lot of time, and of course takes more money as well, because you've got to pay for the materials. But what I did do is I got very creative with the sanding process, also inflicting some dings and wounds and stuff, as you can see, around the edges. And I also used some glue to create what looks like sort of coagulated dust and, you know, sweat or whatever you might get. Even on the, you know, there's even details on the pickups too, on the casing. And ablution marks on the pick guard. The pick guard was brand new, but I've put wear marks on it and stuff, and discoloration on the trim of the pick guard, to make it look like it's aged as well. The bridge is even brand new, but I aged it using some acid. Ascorbic acid, just soaked it in it overnight, and it got into the top of the finish, sort of ate away at it a little bit, and you get this nice discoloration. And it also makes the screws, the bolts, look rusty. So it looks pretty convincing. The neck is a Tokai neck, and it's of course from the 80s, and that has the original tuners, which are naturally aged, genuinely aged. And the knobs as well are just some old knobs that I had. They're from the early 80s, I believe, and they are naturally aged with beautiful, I guess they're brass knobs, and they've got kind of beautiful, yeah, kind of it's greening in places. Yeah, it's really pretty. And then the screws as well in the pick guard are also genuinely old, kind of rusty screws. So yeah, the whole thing's looking pretty it's looking pretty beat up, which is I guess that was the goal. And yeah, it's sounding pretty good too. So you've got two modes on this. You've got series, which I'll do first. Parallel. So it's nice and nice and growly. Put the tone down. And it's got this big woolly sound. with the tone rolled off. That's because it's got the capacitor, a vintage capacitor fitted, which is the same type of capacitor that was used in all of the old vintage Japanese basses, like Pulsars, Yamaha Pulsars, the Tokais, you know, and I think it's from the same maker. It's the same rating. You know, I found this magical parts shop in town that has all of this old back stock, and I bought out almost all of these capacitors because they just sound fantastic. You know. So it's got a nice, kind of aggressive tone when the tone is halfway or full up, and very crisp when it's full up and biting, and then big and round. Big and round when it's rolled off. And the action is, you know, it's nice. It's what I usually get, a 1.5mm action. Still got a few tweaks to go on this. I might try some higher tension strings than these, and also a heavier gauge, because these are a little bit loose in the nut. This type, these are medium lights. So yeah, I'll just put regulars on it, and it should be a lot. It should be even better. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. That's it's playing nicely. Might need one more shim down in the neck pocket there, because yeah, the trajectory could be improved a little bit. So there's just a couple of tiny little things, and then it's going to be playing like a dream. Might take the bridge down just a touch. As you can see, it's countersunk at the moment, but could countersink it maybe another couple of millimeters, and that would be bringing it into optimal. Yeah, that'd be probably optimizing the trajectory. Yeah, a shim and that. Yeah, and that should do it. So there you go. That's going to be ready real soon. So I will prepare the paperwork for you. And again, for those of you who've been watching and you're interested in getting your own funky junk, do follow the link below. Cheers.